Hello everybody and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today for a major announcement from the 2014 Slam Dunk to the Beach. My name is Scott Kratzkin. I'm usually on your side of things as the voice of the Blue Hens. But today and moving forward, so if you need anything, I'm lucky enough to work with the amazing staff and people associated with Slam Dunk to the Beach, and I am the tournament's media coordinator, so anything you need, just reach out to me, and we'll make sure to get that to you. A very special welcome, and thank you, I should say, to Wesley University basketball coach Jerry Cabasso for all he's done to help us get to this point. Also, a big thank you to the University of Delaware for letting us use their beautiful facilities, and especially this Bob Carpenter Center Club for today's announcement. Today will be an announcement for the national teams that will play at Cape Henlopen High School on December 27th, December 28th, and December 29th for the 2014 Slam Dunk to the Beach. The teams announced today will join the outstanding Delaware high school teams already revealed earlier in the year. Caesar Rodney will be playing from Delaware. 2010, 2011, and 2012 state champion Sanford has already been announced, and 3 of the final 4 teams from 2014 will be at Slam Dunk to the Beach representing Delaware: Cape Henlopen, state runner-up St. George's, and state champion Salesiana. The national teams announced today are sure to bring back fond memories of the amazing teams and players that flocked to Lewis, Delaware each winter for 13 years of the Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament. Today, we will relive those memories by hearing from the only Delaware high school head coach to win the Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament. We'll also celebrate the new era of the Slam Dunk to the Beach, and to help us do that, it is my pleasure to bring up our first speaker. This man co-founded the Sports Commission. His day job is head of the sports management program in the Lerner Business School at UD, and is currently the chairman of the Delaware Sports Commission and Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Matthew Robinson.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, and thanks for coming out today. We're excited to announce the slate of national teams participating in Slam Dunk to the Beach. And as Scott mentioned, my name is Matt Robinson, and I serve as chairman of both the Sports Commission as well as the tournament. The Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament was in many ways a game changer for the state's visibility and reputation during the 13 years it was running. Year after year, the tournament featured the top high school players in the nation, including LeBron James, Dwight Howard, and Carmelo Anthony, among many others. Year after year, thousands of fans would come to Sussex County and the beach communities during the cold days of December to see the highest quality of high school basketball. Soon, those fans will have reason to cheer again. In 2014, on December 27th, 28th, and 29th, Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament will return after its absence, bringing the top teams and top players to battle again in the newly renovated Cape Henlopen High School Gymnasium. The Sports Commission's goal all along is to develop an event that the state of Delaware can be very proud of, the participants find first class, and the basketball fans of the state of Delaware get to enjoy. For those who don't know about the Delaware Sports Commission, it's a nonprofit organization governed by a volunteer board of directors that represent the sport and hospitality organizations throughout the state. The organization's charge is to recruit regionally, national, and international sporting events to the state and use sport as a vehicle to generate economic impact. Over the 6 years of its existence, we've generated over $12 million in economic impact for the state. We see this, the Slam Dunk, as an opportunity to continue our growth as a mechanism for using sport to grow the state's economy. We'd like to acknowledge some very important people and partners, and that's the thing we've been doing over the past year that we made the initial announcement back in September. We've had an opportunity to interact with the sport community, the corporate community, and we want to recognize a few of those people. First would be corporate sponsors, the Atlantic Sands Hotel and Conference Center in Rehoboth Beach, as well as AAA and Mid-Atlantic, and both have signed on as sponsors. And we're also in negotiation with several other sponsors to come on board and to sponsor the event. We'd also like to acknowledge some key people, one being Mike Wagner from the Delaware Association of Athletic Directors, as well as Kevin Charles from the DIAA, and Mark Steigerwald from Position Sports. All of these parties have been instrumental in us getting to this point with the event. In the end, however, Slam Dunk remains a story about young athletes, and they're the ones who truly make it worthwhile. These athletes' potential to be in the national spotlight, and who get the chance to step a little bit farther in their aspirations as a basketball player. That being for the national teams as well as our players here in the state. And as Scott mentioned, we have the best teams in the state through our committee that was formed to select those teams to represent the state in the tournament. In just a few minutes, I'll return to the podium to announce these national teams that includes some of the top teams and players throughout the country. But first, it's my pleasure to introduce a man that coached the only Delaware school to ever win the national bracket for slam dunk. In 1993, William Penn High School defeated the Slam Dunk to the Beach bracket competition and proved that Delaware can shine on a national stage. His 1993-94 championship squad was later named Delaware High School Basketball Team of the Decade for the 90s, and star guard for the Colonials, Lenny Brown, was named Co-Player of the Decade. Now, the coach of that team is back to share a few of his memories from winning the Slam Dunk to the Beach. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly my honor to introduce to you Jim Phillips.
Thank you all for being here, and thank you to the Slam Dunk for inviting me back. And let me just tell you that I am convinced that this tournament is going to be more than just a little bit successful. I think you've chosen a great title for it again. I'm so glad you decided to go with Slam Dunk. It's easily recognizable, and it brings with it a great history. And having it at the beach is where it belongs. As we found out when we were down there a couple of years, those people down there love their sports, and they supported not only our team, but every other team that participated down there. It created just a great atmosphere for the tournament. My experience with this has always been a great one from the point of view that it gave our players the experience that they never would have had any other way, from many of them for the first time going to the beach and having an opportunity to see the ocean. This is one of the first things that we try to do, and I was telling my assistant Bill Rhodes on the way down here that one of the things we wanted to do was get them to the beach to see the ocean. And they said, beach? Let's go to the Alex. So that's what we did, but we eventually got them there. The team that we brought with us was an unusual team, and we wouldn't know it at the time, but as Matt alluded to, it played out that this was just a fantastic team, as being the team of the decade, Lenny Brown being the co-player of the year. Another guard off that team, Gary Lumpkin, started with Lenny 4 years at Xavier University. Tail Davis was on that team. He started at Virginia Union, which I watched him play for the national championship on ESPN 1 year, his senior year. They lost, unfortunately, but so it was a talented team to begin with. And we went down there with great expectations. There was always a thrill of going there to play. And I realized the first year we were down there, when we played in the championship game of what was called the Governor's Cup, and seeing Lenny Brown come out of the locker room with his eyes like glazed over, like, man, this is it, and we're going to show you what we're all about. And they did. We scored, I think, 13 of our first 14 possessions, and we beat a good Sussex Central team coached by coaching legend Jerry Peden down there, and it was just a great experience. The following year we got invited to participate in the Slam Dunk, which started our tournament playing Franklin Learning Center, who at that point was, I think, the defending Philly champion, and we beat them handily. Played Pleasure Ridge from Kentucky, beat them, and then we played Cathedral Prep from Erie, Pennsylvania in the championship game. And again, Lenny comes out with that look on his face, and we're in good shape. And we beat them to become the Slam Dunk champion. As time proved, the only one from the state to win it. But some of the great moments I remember of those times were just the fact that the gym was packed on championship day, both years, from about 5 o'clock on, because at 5 o'clock they started with lower brackets champions until they moved up to the Slam Dunk championship later today. But you couldn't get a seat in the gym if you came after 5 o'clock. And it was during one of those games that remember when we played early the first year, and Gary Lumpkin coming down court and getting ready to set up our offense. He kind of makes a move to the left, sees the opening down the lane, takes one big dribble, boom, and then slams it down, and the buzz that erupted in that gym lasted about 10 minutes. And what was cool about it wasn't like the place is packed with William Penn fans. These are basketball people. These are guys that had never seen us play before. But it was a great feeling and a great experience and a moment that I'll never forget as far as what occurred then, and just the feel that you got with it. And as I said, having it at the beach I think is a great thing, because the people down there appreciate good basketball, and they're great sports fans, and they will support this to the hilt. Gary later went on, and with Lenny together they started every single game they were enrolled at Xavier. They started together for 4 straight years. Lenny was inducted into the Xavier Basketball Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Both Lenny and Gary have been inducted into the Delaware Basketball Hall of Fame. Gary just this last February or March, he became a member. But let me conclude by saying that I appreciate the fact that you all have invited me here. And again, I think having the Slam Dunk name attached to this is a great thing, and having it downstate will ensure its success. I am confident that you all will have a very, very proud moment with this tournament. The teams that you're bringing in are going to make it successful. So thanks again for having me.
Thank you, Jim. Great memories from 1993 when you were able to win that national bracket, and now 21 years later, we're ready to announce the new national teams. It's time to announce the newest teams. An amazing crowd of talent this season to start from year 1 of Return to Slam Dunk, to get a group of talented teams and talented players down to Cape Henlopen. The Delaware Sports Commission just did an amazing job getting those teams in. We've got teams from the top 25 in the USA Today, final poll from 2014. And players ranked in the top 10 of their classes are going to be playing at Cape Henlopen. So, and in basketball, it's so quick. 1 year they could be playing at Cape Henlopen, and 2 years later they're the top picks in the NBA draft. We've seen that before for players that have come through Slam Dunk to the Beach. So to help us with the presentation, we've got some local basketball fans that are going to come up. They're excited for their first chance to see the Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament in person. So why don't you come up and help us out. Brady Abraham, Cullen Robinson, Brett Melcher, and Maggie Robinson are here to help us out with showing who the teams are and the big reveal. A big round of applause for these basketball fans. They're going to be helping us out. And to reveal each team, we will bring back up the chairman of the Delaware Sports Commission, Dr. Matthew Robinson, to make the announcement.
First team, we'd like to introduce a school known for its prolific basketball history. Christ the King Regional High School in Middle Village, Queens, New York. From a school that has brought you basketball greats and New York City legends like Lamar Odom, Speed Claxton, and Khalid Reeves, the Royals will bring their newest wave of talent to Lewis Beach this December. Head coach Joe Arbitello led his team to a 25-6 record last season on their way to winning the NYC AA City Intersectional Championship, NYS CHSAA AA State Championship, and finished the year ranked 29th in the country by USA Today. The #1 rated player in the state for the class of 2016, Raleigh Atkins, returns for his junior campaign. Our next team may play in a state bordering Delaware, but their talent is nationally recognized. Gil St. Bernards of Gladstone, New Jersey, the 2013-14 Skyline Conference Division champions with a record of 19-8 are coached by Mergen Sina and led by one of the top recruits in the country, 6'6" shooting guard Tyus Battle. Tyus is ranked by Scout.com as the top player in his position and the 7th ranked player in the entire class of 2016. That will one day be playing for one of the many teams such as Indiana, Louisville, Michigan, or national champion UConn that have offered him a scholarship. But this December, the fans at Cape Henlopen will get to see him and the Knights teammates in person. Another nationally ranked school is next on our list, coming from Washington, D.C. area. Gonzaga College Prep, a school with an amazing history and notable alums, which include current Georgetown Hoyas coach John Thompson III, returns 3 key players from last year's team. Coached by Steve Turner, the Eagles have Chris Lights, Sam Miller, and Brian Crawford, back from a team that was in rebuilding mode a year ago. Lights and Miller both scored close to 15 points per game, while Crawford is listed at the 5th ranked point guard in this season's senior class, with offers already from Georgetown, UConn, SMU, and many others. One of the shortest drives to Lewis, Delaware for all the national teams belongs to Mount St. Joseph High School from Baltimore, Maryland. From a school that has developed current Philadelphia 76ers and former Georgetown standout Henry Sims, the Gales bring a 34-5 record last season to the slam dunk lineup. Coached by Pat Flatchie, this team won the very competitive Baltimore Catholic League regular season and tournament championship, as well as the MIAA A-Conference championship a season ago. Returning team players like Doc Barnes and Randy Miller, Mount St. Joseph's will be on track to finish in the national top 100 for the 2nd straight year. Last season, our next team can be found in the top 10 on the final USA Today high school basketball rankings. This season, you can find them at Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament. From Center Reach, New York, our Xavier New American School, coached by Ron Stelzer, this national powerhouse finished 28-3 last season. Returning from that squad are 2 of the top recruits in the 2015 class. Damon Wilson Jr., ranked as the top 60 player in the country by ESPN, has already signed to play his college ball at Pittsburgh in the ACC. His teammate, Chuck Sheck Diallo, is currently one of the highest recruited players in the country as a consensus top 10 player in his senior class. The 6'9" power forward will have his choice of schools including Kentucky, Kansas, Syracuse, and Texas. This duo and their OSNA teammates are sure to excite the Slam Dunk to the Beach crowds. The 2013-14 New Jersey State champions will be put to the test at Slam Dunk to the Beach this December as Roselle Catholic High School from Roselle, New Jersey joins the field. Dave Boff's team finished last season 21-10 and throughout the year were ranked as high as number 10 in the national polls. The Lions will look to match that success with the help of another pair of top 100 ranked seniors. Chris Silva, a 6'8" power forward, has already received offers from Villanova, Syracuse, Seton Hall, and many more, while his teammates in the backcourt, Isaiah Briscoe, will pick from the likes of UCLA, Florida, Ohio State, and Arizona. Briscoe, a top 20 player in the nation, was recently selected as one of the 12 players for the USA men's under 18 national team roster to compete in the FIBA World Championships. The school that produced 4-time NBA MVP and 10-time NBA All-Star LeBron James will be making a return visit to Cape Henlopen this winter, as St. Vincent St. Mary's High School from Akron, Ohio rejoins the national lineup. The Fighting Irish have continued their success since graduating King James in 2003, as last season's team finished 19-8 overall and advanced all the way to the Ohio State Final Four. Head coach Drew Joyce welcomes back University of Akron commit Josh Williams, as well as rising junior BJ King, the next king of Akron, as he is called in the local media. BJ is ranked as the 6th rated player in his class of 2016 by Scout.com and has received offers from schools around the country, including his hometown Ohio State Buckeyes. Not too far up Route 95 from this press event comes our next school, although I think it's taken a little longer to get up that way recently. And then comes our next school, St. Newman and Goretti Catholic High School in Philadelphia. With a 27-4 record a season ago, the Saints piled on the championship crowns including the Pennsylvania AAA State Championship, District 12 AAA City Championship, and the Philadelphia Catholic League Championship. For their efforts, head coach Carl Argyle's team finished the year ranked 25th in the nation by ESPN. The current version of St. Newman's Goretti is certainly living up to the high basketball standards of 1962 graduate and 6-time NBA All-Star selection Rick Barry. The Saints will return 7 players from the 2014 roster that finished 15-1 in conference play. And our last team to announce today is the Slam Dunk to the Beach Bowl will come all the way from Wichita, Kansas, Sunrise Christian Academy. Sunrise is ranked in the top 25 nationally for 2 consecutive seasons. The Buffaloes finished the 2013-14 season ranked number 14 in the nation by USA Today. No stranger to national tournaments, Kyle Lindstad's team won the 2013 Tournament of Champions held in Illinois and the 2013 City of Palms Championship in Florida. With the return of Roman Young and Yuri Flores, it will be possible for the Sunrise Christian to improve upon their 16-4 record from last season. Those are the national teams at this time. Okay.
Thanks again for all our help. One more round of applause. Appreciate that. You guys can go back to your seats. Thank you much. Great lineup, as you heard. And just to recap that field, this 2014 lineup features 4 teams that finished last season in the USA Top 30. 5 of the top 100 seniors in the country will be there. 3 of the top 50 juniors in the country will be playing at Slam Dunk to the Beach, including 2 of the top 10 juniors in the country will be at Cape Henlopen High School in December. In year 1, Slam Dunk to the Beach has already returned to prominence, once again guaranteeing some of the highest caliber of high school basketball found anywhere across the nation. You heard 9 teams announced today. We're leaving 1 spot open as we look around the country and talk to teams around the country for that one team that is on the rise, that team that's hot, that team that is the final perfect puzzle piece to the 2014 Slam Dunk to the Beach lineup. So we will have another announcement with that final team that we think will be the perfect fit for Slam Dunk to join those 9 already high caliber basketball teams. A big thank you to all of you for taking your time to come here today. We really appreciate you stopping by. As a reminder, one-on-one interviews will be available with Dr. Robinson and Coach Phillips as this concludes in just a moment. A couple quick announcements before we get you to that, and you can come see me and I'll designate different areas to do the interviews, whether on camera or just if you need some audio. We're excited to announce that a limited amount of 3-day tournament passes have been released for pre-sale starting right now. So make sure you spread the word on that. A limited amount, 3-day passes are available today. Tickets can be purchased by visiting slamdunktothebeach.com. That's slamdunktothebeach.com. Please remember to follow us and at us in any Twitter mentions at slamdunk2beach. Slamdunk2beach on Twitter, and visit slamdunktothebeach.com for more information. Really appreciate everyone who came out. Some traveled a long way to be here. We are so pleased for the turnout today for this press conference. Thank you to everybody that helped make this possible. We're very excited about the 2014 Slam Dunk to the Beach tournament, and we should be because of that great national slate that we announced today. So thank you so much. We appreciate your coverage.